Okay, Heretics on defense, G2 on attack, and G2 the stage for the harbor.
They've made a living of studying their opponents and knowing them in
And
some ways better
so
than they know
when I'm
themselves.
looking at G2, they struggle a little bit on attack because they got no duelist. So what normally happens is we should see a one-way smoke here majority of the time. The Heretics use this as a choke point and try to make sure they can't get through this choke point. And they also need to prove early on that Heretics can hold A because they're going to struggle on A. That's pretty much the main thing we're looking at.
You wouldn't believe it.
Yeah, he goes so aggressive at times, especially on this side of the map. That's a great shock dart to get some chip damage on the Leaf to start the round.
Has a Sheriff to work. Not a ton of noise made in this round so far. See the drone now moving forward a little bit, trying to venture out and see what it can sniff out on the site.
And the whole point of using that drone so early and from a safe spot is to see
got a big Viper duel over towards B right now.
In the last match for Heretics, there were so many players, Woot, and I believe it was Boo that would push through B together.
Yeah, they saw each other, but no one moves over towards A. Okay, I like this though. Jonah P took a bit of a duel over towards B. They forced them back. This is insane fast clear from Heretics as well. Pressure over towards A, question mark created. As soon as they got out of there, recon and they cleared this, so the rotates really fast, 20 seconds. Water plant though.
The wall goes up. Blue's Ghost.
That's a free bomb as well.
Wait, the nade's good. No plant yet. 10 seconds.
They haven't committed to the plant yet. They've tried, but they have not succeeded. Now 10 seconds left and a second attempt at getting the spike down. Meanwhile, Boo dancing in between the panel. It's been left open, trying to find a couple of kills. But G2 have made it this far. They've gotten the spike down. Boo on the dash out as the round comes to a halt.
A lot of players low HP, Doug.
Yeah, and a dare from either side. Who's going to be the first to swing? Who's going to be the first to go? Benji Fishy finding 2 big kills.
Wow, Benji, bro.
Not able to steady it. He got
you guys re-cleared A so fast here.
Clutch round from Benji Fishy, who
it was
in the
good.
last series they played, I mean, he was a big star for them on that Cypher role. And this time it's the Killjoy. It's the trading and the spacing of Heretics that's so impressive with this team, and that was a big factor of why they made it this far. So
I'm scary if Benji gets a good start as well, like 3 kills on pistol, like he could just get fired up and have a game.
Yeah, he's been stellar
he's a beast.
all tournament long.
He's just so steady. You wouldn't think he's as young
hero
as he
gun.
is.
Hero gun for Leaf. No armor. Oh, okay.
I mean,
Dude, he wanted it. He wanted to.
Yeah.
Reduces himself to just a sheriff,
so
double sheriff.
To me. They're so early on in their careers, they're already this
Outlaw
good.
comes out, everyone one shot.
Will be an anti-eco for Heretics.
Oh,
Boo
okay,
already
that's a
picks off
fast kill.
Leaf
1-0
towards
for the
that B side of
pistols.
the
We'll
map.
keep an eye on that.
That early peak just not going his way.
And this is a whole different pace change from Heretics so far. They're not going for the Woot show where he's just pushing up A main every single round.
Well, not yet.
Yeah, not yet.
Give it time.
But that's what's so beautiful about their adaptations in the match-to-match setting, is that now G2 they were waiting for it even from the pistol round, but they didn't give it all, and then that clock ran down so low. And now aggressive off the utility, it's really clean so far from Heretics.
Yeah,
very well
it's
considered.
very nice.
And G2, I mean, they don't really have much to work with at this point. You do have that little Viper lurk orb, but it's kind of obvious when you put it up in the middle of the round after getting shut down B, getting shut down A.
Yeah, there are only so many other places you can go.
Yeah, and this turret's gonna get the info for sure. And maybe even a conversion for Benji Fishy to get another ultimate orb. Oh, he dinked him.
And he kills Jonah P.
Good stuff so far.
More than halfway to his ult now.
I see
The person that's allowed to die
doesn't
doesn't check back.
It's
like a horror movie.
Dude, it's a jump scare. Valorant's a horror game.
It was a horror game for sure in that moment. The Potatech will end up cleaning
Okay.
Nicely done by Heretics.
Yeah, that was the death they were
dropping
allowed. We got
Benji
double
Fishy's
armor
gonna have to buy up a
rebuy.
little bit
Maybe.
as far
We'll
as
check Wood's
Woot will have
armor.
as well, but
He might just keep it.
I mean, that's a great round for them, all things considered. And you're right, they were able to apply pressure on really every single lane in the map. And when you're clicking that early and you're starting to get a read on how the opposition likes to play, that's a great start.
Oh, baby.
Yeah, that shot is crazy.
Beautiful from Boo. That's that jump scare that we saw.
Wait, that looked mental from his screen
I'm
as well.
surprised nobody hit the little mouse wheel jump right there. I mean, we saw so many of those this tournament so far.
That was
we
sick,
won't be going
dude.
into the gun round, though.
A Sheriff for
Whoa.
Rians.
Whoa, what's that hit?
An Outlaw for Woot. And Presence B from G2.
It's nice B default.
Oh, I love that so much. Not able to punish on it, but the idea is great. You have Boo come out and clear it.
This kid, man. I say this kid. He's the oldest guy there.
And then Woot swings behind it.
Double entry.
Sage wall down too, so now it's gonna be so hard to get that bomb planted for G2. Kind of have to even the numbers here. Leave it.
The middle of the map is just not open. It took a couple of shots. It was labored, but they haven't really been able to gain any traction there.
Yeah, Leaf almost survived with his life there, but Benji Fishy with the tags through the wall and everything. I mean, it's too nice. It's too nice right now from Heretics.
Meanwhile, Woot is still playing on this B-long angle.
I mean, they tank a bullet here, though.
Still with the Outlaw.
They've got the heavy armor.
And I wonder now if you're G2, if you're wondering, maybe we should have stayed on that harbor to deny these lines.
Well, they literally do tank a bullet.
Surely it's too early to
I see with a plant gets his ult.
It might be, but it's definitely been working against them, even on that B default. Sure. Start.
30 seconds left.
Probably Molly.
Still early on, though. You're 100% correct.
And they still, I mean, they have the utility to be able to get past this. There are only 2 rifles left, though.
Oh,
the
patience.
really good
boy.
spot. Is that what the P stands for?
Oh
Patience.
boy, he kind of needs to get 3 because
Look at
Ice is
this.
10 HP.
Don't botch it, though. Don't botch it, though. Nicely done. 3 on the round for him, but he's going to have to close out the round on his
It's
own.
unlucky. He had a really good
And it
try
was
at
just
that.
too much with Patatek on the other side.
Bonus.
That's all they could have
Bonus.
wished for in that
Benji
moment.
just
They
needs to
already
pick up a
down
different gun.
3v5. Player got tagged up by that Outlaw.
But honestly, for as much as you'd like to go, like, yeah, okay, you know, we were able to get a couple, we dropped some weapons out, a couple of confidence kills, whatever. You don't want to start on the attack side.
What the hell is that?
From Boo again.
Yeah, what is
twice,
that?
so he gets away
Dude,
with
just
that.
pixel
You just don't
angle,
want to start this half this
spamming a bulldog.
Yeah, no, losing the bonus, losing pistol into bonus has got to be the worst feeling in the world as a player.
Yeah, there's a lot to like on the Heretic side so far. 6-0 for their
Let's
Sentinel.
hope they don't use the fish ult on the
One away from his
eco.
ult.
Good
Really,
chance
all of them
for
are starting to
Heretics to
come
get some
online.
more money. Get their ults
engine's
online. Their
revving
ults are
up.
close. Killjoy ult.
Yeah, they're going to
Silver
really
ult.
reap the benefits after this round. If they can win it cleanly and maybe even grab that A-orb at some point, I mean, they have 4 players here. Why not?
Yeah.
Standing ahead.
Like this dart, yeah, here we go. He's just going to grab the orb. Oh, maybe not. Or
Just
they
gonna
can be
grab
more
the orb
aggressive.
Or they
as he
wanna
sends
fight.
it with
G2
a
get the
drone.
orb.
Yeah, G2 need to punish this, though.
2 here. And Wu
Whoa.
goes over the top. There's
Yeah,
no
they had
way Leaf
no
knows.
idea. They just thought it was the guy on the floor.
What a
They heard him
beautiful
jump
setup.
down
Look
and
at
take
the
the orb.
tracking on that, too.
Yeah, it was
That
kind of
was kinda
nice though.
nice.
Yeah, that was kind of nice. I said the exact same thing as you said it. The bait of
Pleasure
him
to
taking the
watch this
orb
man
after
play the
was
game.
really cool.
Yeah.
G2 are getting pushed around early here.
And Heretics are ahead of this. They have 4 players still here. Patatek is tucked on top of screen, too.
You guys love
There's
this double
so
setup.
many
I
layers of
don't
this
even know what this is called.
defensive
Maze?
side setup to not get
It's maze?
cheesed.
Yeah, I mean, they
And
saw
we
2
call it
in
elbow,
with
but
the
yeah,
drone.
yeah,
And then
it
they
is
have so
good
much
there, yeah.
KG utility on the other areas of the map to be able to keep
Well, it's
it
just where do people usually put utility, right? Either close or deep. They already put it in the middle.
That's true. No one
They're
utils
doing
though.
it. A flawless round as Heretics get to 4.
And the only util that kind of gets there is like a
Now
drone that you
start
can
to
shoot
wonder
or a
for
dizzy that
G2
you can
if you
shoot.
lose this next gun round, the second
Is it
gun
drone or
round.
dizzy? But then it's
Oh, here's
like,
that replay
if they don't
again,
follow
and
that up
tracking from
instantly,
Lewis.
then you
Such
can
a
always
nice
just walk
shot.
back
Look at
into it.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, he saw him the whole way and he was wall hacked, but he still executed on it. That was what was most impressive. And what I was getting to was, for G2 now, you got to start wondering, are you feeling the same feelings as you did against that T1 team? You know, when you drop 13-1, if you lose this next gun round, it's
Yeah,
getting
they
scary.
look
for
at
you.
these two
Yeah,
that are
those
close
bad
to one
memories,
orb, and they're like, well, we need
linger.
to make
They
sure we
hang
do some
around
kind of
longer
A
than
punish,
you'd like
make
them
sure
to,
they can't
that's for
take
sure.
this. 3 bits of util dumped
So
for
much
it,
of this
and we have a
game is based
late
off of
hit from
mental
Heretics. Let's see what the
and
flash is
fortitude that
like.
you can have with it.
Right.
Do we knife? If knife hits, we KO
Confidence is
flash.
king. And right now it seems like G2 are lacking it in droves.
Yeah, that was a nice knife into flash.
Oh, they may have something going on.
They
here.
can't follow this up
Balin
though.
was tagged by the Soviet util, but
This is kind of nice. They get rid of the
Crash going
fish.
Forward, but they haven't cleared Woot.
Oh yeah, dude, that's such a big win for Heretics. They clear the fish, they can't get it back, and they just see early. Oh my god, look at the instant re-clear of A. It happened again.
Everyone's leaning towards B.
Without being found.
I guess they aren't really ahead of that, though, because the KO and
Calling my bot.
Patatek and Rians are still not rotating over. Just now, we see Patatek rotating over. But the stall from Heretics, it should be enough to delay this.
I mean, they have so many spits, and Molly is sitting here.
Oh, actually, those shock darts from Trent did a really good
Whoa.
job of
Do they stop the plant?
denying that delay on the bomb. It still
Yes,
goes
they
down,
do.
though. To spam, maybe?
Yeah, it seemed like it. A second attempt at
Now
getting the
what?
spike down. Will be delayed.
Big
as
kill
Blue
from the
falls.
spam top
The
site.
hit still in play for the attack side.
30 seconds left.
Round wins a
Big
bit
nades.
elusive up until this point. They've got to find a way to convert here. This feels like the best chance they've had
Whoa.
so far. The need to capitalize on an opportunity.
Whoa.
They all swing.
Damn, bro, his
50-52.
aim is robotic. That's
Korean's
insane.
gonna have to do it on
10
his own. He
seconds,
has
well,
an ult
15
in
seconds
his
to
back
plant.
pocket.
The time might work to his favor here if he decides
Yeah,
to go.
he just found out that he got Sova ult a little bit too late there. I think his team told him.
Not yet. G2 taking a step back.
Oh,
Now,
my God.
committing to it.
Okay.
Oh.
my God.
Whoa!
The tag will not be found, but Jonah P on the swing. The spam not connecting.
Jonah P's too
It
smart,
almost
man.
did.
He's
Great
gone across,
reposition
though.
from him, but the ult's gonna go down if this guy waits a little bit.
Rians has
Recon is
introduced a lot of
giant.
fireworks into the seconds that we've had, but
Yeah, Jonah
time
P's
is
a
short. Jonah P gets
genius.
his third as G2
The
are
bold play
finally
to
on the
overall
board.
in a 1v2 though.
The
Bro,
professor
really
closes
bold.
it out there, but
He nearly did it,
that
though.
was a really
Yeah.
ambitious Sobal, and when he converted that first kill, I was there. I was here for it. I believed for a split second that there was a chance. How did this go down?
Oh, spam
Yeah,
from
spam
Ness.
top
Oh,
side.
wow.
That's a crazy timing to be able to hit. As the pit was going up. Fortunate. This position here from Jonah P is perfect.
Yeah, his reposition, running past his Viper pit, it was still up, maybe just going down. But that puts a lot of players on
This
light
put-
armor.
I
and
mean,
even a
this
stinger
is-
buy for G2. So even with Heretics losing that round,
This is a giant round
dropped
for
so
G2.
many
They're gonna
rifles,
try and get an
one
orb
player
for it.
stayed alive,
And it
and now you have an
looks like
operator online
Heretics
for
realize that they fight heavy for the orbs
Yeah,
right now.
situation looks grim early.
oh,
Woot doesn't miss those very often.
oh,
He says he misses
Well, now
again.
that's two.
that was a bit tighter of a spot,
Yeah,
though. Those ones
that
are
was-
really
that was
to
a hard
hit.
one, though, that
He
one.
might be overstaying his welcome here.
Yeah, and there's the Killjoy ult that we
He's gonna
talked
get
about.
pushed off
Smoke
this
to make
angle.
sure that he can actually get out of there. And they plant,
Lockdown will
though.
flush him away.
Okay, the shock dart's gonna be
On the other
enough to
side,
stop
Benji
the
has his own
plant.
lockdown, so G2 are gonna have
Oh,
to
gap.
push all the way forward. And are they aware that there's a gap in this wall?
Still not connecting, but Rians does. The wall goes up. Icy gets the plant down. And Op has
Also
failed to
chat,
sing the
because
song
it's
of
client
success this
side,
round.
like that wall going left and right will be different on his
It's been
screen,
close.
so
It's been tempting. It's been
it might have been a
tantalizing.
harder shot from
That
what he
Killjoy
actually
ult
saw.
doesn't really get too much value. It will force a lot of players back from at least default.
But they still have so much utility that they can play around. They aren't really being flushed out of the space. You're right. Really far back. Glad to take the fight in front of him. Strength gets one.
A nice back and forth so far. Woot, he's gonna have to come up huge right here with this operator.
Yeah, this
Icy
is too
will
much.
Sit him down.
I believe it was 4 shots rattled
Hey,
off.
nicely
Now
done.
a single
G2,
will connect as G2
two in a
get their
row.
second.
Still, maybe
Nicely
you would say not
nicely
enough
played
people
round from
surviving,
G2.
but they'll just take
Just
the rounds
settling
at the moment.
score in that post plant.
Yeah, there's still gonna be two
baiting out
people that have
Benji
low money.
Fishy's ultimate into that kitchen area. And Icy just getting out of dodge. I mean, he was playing that default area.
Wow.
To
It
be
was a good
able to
attempt from
potentially
100
disrupt
Thieves. They kind of had to.
Fishy
Sorry,
and try to
dude, I keep saying 100 Thieves.
before that
A good
lockdown
attempt from
comes out.
Heretics. They had to hit one of those shots though, the
But
op
when
shots.
you use the lockdown from such a far position,
Yeah.
it kind of plays into G2's hands because
Yeah,
on the post
yeah, I
plants,
don't know
they're
what it
so
is.
dialed, they're
I
so
said 100
rehearsed
Thieves
that
when I was
they
saying
play together,
Icebox
they
as
get the
well.
trades, like in that scenario.
Uh-oh, Blades online for Woot.
Oh, they broke the molly for him too on top of pipes. But this dart in the updraft,
The op didn't really connect on anything. Can the Blades tell a different story?
I mean, he's striking fear into G2. You can
Yeah,
tell
he's
G2
playing
do not wanna give him
confident.
any
It's a lot of
1v1s
util
out.
to set him up.
He's trying.
Got
Yeah,
double
you're absolutely
initiated
right.
just to allow him to try and do damage.
It's kind of what I talked about. They're so good at denying
Insta
enemy
Viper
duelists
ult
from
once he
getting
spots one
kills,
over
getting
towards
momentum
B.
Going. And Woot, I mean, he's trying his darnest to do that.
They're not gonna try walk through this though, right?
So far, it's been the duelist Benji Fishy who's finding
Oh, I
success.
hate this from G2.
Turns out he was the final boss.
Yeah, I mean, he could be. I mean,
Honestly,
if the
he handled
duelist is
it
in
really
good
well.
condition against a team like G2,
God, imagine the
it allows
spam there.
opportunities for players like Benji Fishy to have to step up.
And he's just gotten his 10th kill. 10 and 2 so far as Leaf falls. That knife got so much value.
Oh, that
it
is a
slowed
great
everything
KO.
down, and now with what,
They
a little
can't
under
wall
4
up, they
seconds
can't
left,
gecko plant.
G2 have a massive decision to make.
KO can get
they
hit,
can't
KO
go back.
nade,
I mean, if
Molly
they-
to
if they
stop
go
the
back, they're gonna be
plant.
met by
Got
Woot's
3 bits of
knives.
util to stop a plant. We
30
still got
seconds
wall
left.
though from Valen.
So it's just going to be a weird game of cat and mouse right here. It looks like they do want to maybe go back, but that's... The time running low is the cue for Woot to just speed up here, and if Trent uses his Hunter's Fury, he's going to play.
I mean,
sitting duck.
Trent's dead.
The knife's looking to get
Benji
active,
gets
but
so
forget
many.
about it. Benji Fishy gets his 4.
That was incredible on the
Woot gets
minimap.
the
I don't
Benji
last.
got
Heretics
3.
get another.
I want to see the replay of that
Normally
because
on a map like this,
that looked
it's the
crisp.
Leaf show.
Yeah, I
mean,
think
he's
that was
played
crisp.
phenomenal on this map on the Killjoy.
Yeah.
The robot
Yeah, it was a
aim,
different
surely.
comp, but I mean, he's staying
Probably.
the same. And he's getting diffed right now by Benji.
Yeah, there's a chance this is outrageous.
That knife got so much value.
Yeah,
I mean, it threw brakes on this
What
round so
the-
hard.
Whoa.
It was a little
That's how
lineup,
he got
but
those
it was still good.
kills?
Yeah, it's still very
That
impressive.
was insane. What good spray control from Benji Fishy. That will cause G2 to use a timeout fairly early on here.
KO
5-2
is really nice.
scoreline. Heretics just
Put enough time,
They've been
delayed
the
them, and then I
drivers
gave
all
Woot
game
the
long.
flying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
from the pistol round,
Kind of
the
forced them
conversion
towards the
on
push forward, which
bonus.
gave Benji those kills.
I want to get your thoughts on the timing of this timeout, though, because it's not like you've been hit in a couple of rounds and you're down 0-4 and you're like pressing the panic button, right? This feels like, yes, they're down, but this feels like really good timing out from Josh, the head coach for G2. He's had a couple of rounds to sit and watch things out and kind of see what the adjustments are, and it doesn't feel as panicked, I guess.
How was
What
the
are
Gen
your
G
thoughts?
100 Thieves
I
match?
definitely don't
It
feel like
was
it's a panic
really
timeout.
fun
I
to
mean,
watch, bro.
The economy right now
Especially
for
the last
G2,
map.
You guys can't see it, but
I mean,
it's
honestly,
not
the first
looking
map
good.
was
It
too.
should be an anti-eco, I believe. So this timeout is mainly for that next gun round. They need to convert it. You have to convert the gun rounds. If you lose another one, that's when you're going to start hitting that panic button and freak out.
Yeah.
So giving his team 2 rounds to kind of get their mind right, getting back into the zone for that actual gun round, that'll be good. But as I say that, it's
That's the
actually
ground.
a force buy into the round. So they're trying to catch Heretics off guard. This is a big
Okay.
moment to change the tide. Swing the game
Force
into their
buy.
favor.
And
If
it
they
really is a
steal this
force
one
buy.
away-
Like, we got no armor. This is really bold, right?
It's a big heist.
Wait, what are they doing?
I mean, it's just so damn difficult.
Bad Attack is so clean with his mechanics too. I mean, everybody from Heretics.
This is a
I feel
weird
like
buy.
every other round, somebody's
We have
just
no
getting a
armor,
2K or 3K,
no armor on
all
2 people.
headshots. I barely see them get body shot kills.
Like,
Maybe
he actually
Woot
had
will
no
with
armor
the-
before he
but
went down, by the way.
Honestly, I wouldn't doubt if he gets a headshot too with this gun.
As the dash expires, the crosshair still
I'm pretty sure. It's weird, man. A weird
It's on
buy.
P to try to at least apply some pressure, create some space. It's manipulating rotations as Rian goes back B.
All he has is a stinger here, though. He's taking his timing.
I like this. It's really just intended. I mean, if he can find some space, that's great. Create a little chaos in the round. Why
Okay.
not? You've got plenty of time here, too. All that info. You hear the drone out. You hear the footsteps. He's now going to get caught. But is that enough to bring him back?
It's a
Because
great
G2 are
drone.
already rotating back B. They might have
No
gotten
idea
ahead of
how
this,
he knew
but
that.
Not the way they wanted to.
Brians?
Heretics are
Yeah.
playing this
Yeah, maybe it's
so
the feeling.
safe, so disciplined. I mean, Jonah P got no value here besides that space gather like you were talking about.
And honestly,
put
as they're filling back
official
into
into it?
space, it might be their
What are
demise because,
G2
again,
doing, bro?
Heretics are already
Are
here.
you watching this?
You got Patty who's already
Yeah,
here.
yeah,
You
I'm
got
watching.
Rians who's here.
With a third to the round.
He's already gotten 3.
Bro, that is an absolute
Fallon
shocking
gets
round.
the spike down, but
What are
can't
they
win the
doing?
1v5 now. That's just so tough.
That was
Like, I can
beautiful
tell you
play
one
from
thing
the
that
Heretics. They understood that there could
unless
have
you
been a
watch
timing
G2 in every
ability
game they
leading up
play,
there.
like you may
And
not.
for
Like if you,
Rians,
I
who
mean,
was
like in
top
like a
side,
technical
to map all the
aspect,
way
like
up in the kitchen there,
G2's
in
game
that
plan
tunnel,
is
and then use
basically
their
just
drone to
anti-strat the
find
other
out
team.
if that timing was
Oh,
a thing.
really?
Like
Oh, these shots, by the way.
how they played us on
Insane.
split
So
and how they
insane.
played Paper X on
Made it
split,
look
two
effortless.
completely different teams.
Easy little
Yeah.
tap
Like
tap.
everything that they
Because
did
spam
was
kill.
just a pure
But
counter.
that
Oh,
drone
again.
from
They're like
Rians, that
a.
was all the info
That's
they
how
needed.
Navi used to be.
Boo.
Yeah, but like they take it quite serious. So
I mean, when you're
it's kind of just a
shooting
case
like
of
that, like,
we change what we do.
yeah,
They
okay.
look clueless. And
Yeah. Okay.
I respect that.
He has
I
a
don't want to
point,
jinx
though. They
it.
didn't
Like
really
right
No,
now, it's
yeah,
maybe
yeah,
6-6, and
yeah.
it's gonna be a
It was
pistol to them. But
That's
really
nice
there.
insight,
Yeah,
though.
they gave
I like
him
that.
once.
Normally, the spacing will be a little bit tighter for G2. And
Like the
the
overall
trade
plan
could've
from
been there.
G2 here wasn't too
But
bad. Like
Rians,
the
I mean,
the plan
Desk was
in the
talking
after
about him, and yeah,
like
he's not
after the
sitting at the
timeout
top
was
of the scoreboard
okay.
like Benji Fishy,
I just
but
think they overcommitted
his
so
impact
heavy,
with just the
where they could have
utility
just waited one
break
round
that
to make
round.
sure they had money for it. Like the double swing here with res is fine.
sorry, I saw a
This
comment
is
saying that
the
I'm trying
third
really
time in a
hard.
row
I couldn't
now
try
that
less if I
Heretics
tried.
denied
I'm
that
just trying to
drone
make it a
really
bit
early on in the
interesting
KO
for
down.
everyone. Sorry.
He's saving it for that drone.
What does that even
So
mean that
G2
you're trying
in the
hard?
future rounds, they need to try to bait that out first, or maybe walk up and explode right
I'll
on
win
top
these
of
days,
him
man.
as that drone is coming
Whoa.
out. Speaking of explosions,
Wu just made up for the other shots he missed a couple of
Oh,
rounds
to
ago.
not jinx? He said to
One
not
taking
jinx.
down two.
Okay, my
Okay.
apologies.
Okay.
These
The
guys
bullet's been
always get
fired,
headshot
but if I
team
could take
with
it back, I
operator.
would. My apologies.
So much mechanical talent on Heretics. And to think that this isn't even their starting roster.
You wouldn't believe it.
Yeah.
With how good they've looked
Yeah,
this
he's such a
tournament,
super sub, Batty.
nothing feels forced or hurried or panicked.
Oh, the wall doesn't even go
It
deep
all
enough.
feels like it's all part of the plan.
Yeah, that's
and every single
not too
facet
much
is
practice with the
executed
Sage coming
to
in there.
bloody perfection. We've been waiting to see when these kids are going to slow down. When are they going to meet a little resistance? When
NG is 14
show
to 2.
signs of weakness? It's not happening, at least on Icebox.
I don't know, and I'm so impressed by the different change of pace that they're showing. In FPX, it was kind of like a brawl. Yeah. It was an all-out brawl. This is that second time out. This is the panic.
I think it works pretty well, Symmetry, unless teams realize, then you get a little bit wrecked.
Oh,
that's tough, man.
I mean, it is tough because you kind of are learning from the last round of swinging.
Like that's what when Navi were FPX, they were like that for a long time.
Yeah, you're in between. You're damned if you do. You're damned if you don't.
Yeah.
G2 are in a really tough spot right now in these future rounds.
Even the wall is on purpose. The Sage wall here, not a chance, bro. I think there would have been other situations where like a wall like that would have been on purpose, but not this one. Not in this situation.
About that FPX game where it was like a big brawl.
Yeah,
they're still disrupting.
Yeah,
they're still getting.
Yeah, I guess so. Symmetry.
Passive lines.
But I guess that is their team identity.
The problem with switching to a new composition, although it's
they're just like flexible for it.
Your defaults are a little bit different. Now all of a sudden you can't deny that operator value. Like whereas when you had that Harbor Cascade, you could have walled him off and kind of forced a fight where you know he's gonna take it. But now you don't really have those options with running the Sage opposed to the Harbor.
Yeah, I think part of the other issue too is this comp. I mean, you can see the genetic makeup for it is to commit to getting the spike down.
Yeah.
Right? You've got the wingman, you have the wall, you have slow orbs to deny any sort of spam. You've got all of that stuff. So I think for Heretics, they're able to dial in on that. As soon as you see this like set of chain utility
and this mess up here really kind of wrecked them out. Like it was this round right here was such a bold move so early on in a game to go all in like that on such a risk. It just didn't make sense.
This time he used it really early on.
All by
G2, if they want to get anything going right
no
now,
armors on 2 of them.
Cooldown timing of that KO dagger to, you know, cycle their utility onto the site and actually be able to scale up.
The problem is they use their recyclable utility at the same time. Benji Fishy finding another kill.
He's just good for one every single time, and that's on.
And honestly, that's on a bad round for him.
Yeah, yeah, you're right. And it's against Leaf, who he's been so crucial for G2's success on a map like Icebox. I mean, he's been dropping 27 bombs, 30 bombs. He kind of is that duelist that we're saying Benji Fishy is right now.
Yeah.
A lovely dink. Saw another one there as well.
And him going down
He's going to wait and throw his knife in like the next 5 seconds.
4 and 10. Maybe the defensive side will tell a different story, but G2 just had wheels spinning in mud this entire half.
And there's no pressure B right now, so Woot, I mean, he had that line the entire time. It allows his team to just stack.
Okay, gets a good timing on this.
He might be,
whoa.
He almost got the
dash.
He's gonna peek ahead of this.
Oh my god, he saw everyone. They all come up on the minimap.
He's so fast.
He's so bold.
Oh, there's
reckless approach. He even deals a couple of warning shots.
He did so much damage.
To be honest with you.
Yeah, the shorty might not do it, but that angle and
oh, that was lovely. Gets his teammate to break this as well. He knows that this guy's in. Oh, they're so good. Wow, as you guys look at this drilled when he's got a stand in.
I mean,
really cool.
If you go 1-for-1 against Benji Fishy, all of a sudden you're running into the operator of Woot.
I haven't thought about that, and like I know I can use it in our favor that we have a stand-in, but I genuinely don't think it makes a difference.
Yeah. When I listened to the comms video, I was like, man, your comms are so nice.
I mean, that's instantaneous. You cannot trade
everything's
that.
like.
And then also,
if you have a bit of time, which we didn't really have in like the first couple, but like when you get a couple of days to just go through some things, like it doesn't matter, like having a stand-in or not, like as long as you can play the agent, and you can do what you want.
Unless individually he like underperforms.
Yeah, exactly.
You're just scratching, you're left scratching your head. What do you do?
Like when I read like, oh, they've got a stand-in, they're doing so well, like, well, they probably just do well regardless. Like, it's nothing to do with the stand-in, like, being a negative.
That's the success that Heretics is having right now.
Well, I mean, they're having success.
Okay, so they insert one over towards B.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, that's just one of the aspects of success that they've had so far in this first map. I mean, brother.
And he even stays to try to get a second. Almost does. Icy gets dinked.
Yeah. Jeez. That Killjoy Molly will be broken though, so finally a bomb plant down.
1 HP.
For the way at G2, it's been what, probably like 5-6 rounds since that's happened.
Yeah.
The really late luck.
Like a really good timing here.
But they have a lot of time because they know that they're going to kill Joel.
On the late flank, and that lockdown is going to spread him out a little bit here.
How many is he good for?
He has the Bulldog to do it as well. But, oh, sound made. at the very last second.
Yeah, we won't miss that, man.
Oh my goodness, dude, they can't catch a break. They actually can't catch a break.
It's that killjoy ult from Benji
And then they
Fishy,
insta-stick the defuse. Molly comes in late.
on a Jonah P at the end to rub dirt
Yeah,
in the
just that
wound
extra
of this
footstep made from Leaf here.
G2 have built their pedigree around never giving in, never giving up, right? You think about their history, the fact that they stay together, they grind through Ascension, all of the stuff that went down with that, and then they decide we're never giving in, we're never giving up, we're staying together. They qualify for Shanghai in the exact same way with this grit to it, where it isn't always pretty, it isn't always sexy, but man, it works. But right now, that grit is just getting punched in the mouth. Like,
And at some point, yeah, it's gonna come to bite you in the butt because you gotta win the first map sometimes. I mean, you can't always have these reverse series comebacks, right? As
Oh, he nearly hit that as well.
Yapping off. It's the Heretics show.
If
once
Valen
more.
gets a kill, he gets a res. It's like the only thing that can maybe save them. Well, there he goes.
Falling, but they're still in play. Wood is playing so close up here. Gets the last kill with the shorty. A 10-2 half. The way
Team
of
is
the
so
That was a bit of a clinic,
stacked.
actually.
It
I'll
was
take that.
incredible. Yeah, it really was.
Icebox we've seen apart from T1
Woot's a
against G2.
monster, man. Woot and Benji Fishy right here. I tell you what, Reigns' Yuto is insane, though.
It was a replay of what was happening while
This
we
might
were
be controversial take, but I think Reigns has the best overalls in the game at the moment. Like, maybe just because I see him in Practo all the time, but like, I feel like he gets one kill and maybe 2 tags, like every single time he ults. Like,
he
he's
gets
just
a
so good
lot.
at it.
He has a good sense of where they are. This
Yeah.
mini-map watch, I don't know what it is from the info of the others. But
Against G2 on their map pick is great.
I don't know how he does it, because I've tried this overall many times to this shambolic, so like he just knows he's good.
yeah, he's a beast.
I'm standing here right now with a
Doomberg.
G2
Hello.
super fan, Eric Song. Eric, thank you so much for taking time to chat with us. Why G2? I'm curious. What began, you know, your love story with G2, or you know, how much of a fan you are for this team?
Well, I first started off in 2018 when Caps joined G2. I was a League fan. I was there 2019. I was there at 3 AM watching them losing to FunPlus Phoenix 0-3. I stick with the team. My favorite player, Caps, also stick with the team, and I embrace the team's culture. I like to yap. I like to talk crap, and it's part of being G2. It's part of being the G2 army.
Oh, that is so good to hear, especially since, you know, win or lose, you stand by your team, right? Now, I understand that G2, being a G2 fan, rather, has given you a lot of friends all over the world. Is that right?
Yes. One time in London, actually, I was there to study, and my other friend, who I've never met in person for 3 years, was also in London. So I said, you're in London, I'm in London. How about we meet up and we have a little dinner? And that's what we did, and we took a picture. We never seen each other for the first 3 years, although we know each other and talk to each other every day.
Oh, that's so nice to hear. And of course, how are you enjoying the event that you get to see G2 here play live in Shanghai?
Well, I've been to a little live events because I was in a place where most live events are not taking place. So this is a really great opportunity for me and to see G2 especially and to support them. I think this is a really great opportunity, and I thank the manager and I thank the community manager, Flap, for giving me the opportunity.
Oh, that's fantastic. Well, you have some fans here in the audience, so let's get back to the game.
Mortal Motions, thank you so much for the 6 months. Thank you.
Well-spoken man, too.
Yeah, I love it. To be able to carry over that level of fandom from one game to the next is just super dope. Unfortunately, he's watching his team get obliterated.
Okay.
But it's just map 1, and it was just the attack.
1-0 for Pistols.
We've seen really silly things happen in this tournament. I just think about a couple of, maybe an hour ago, with those crazy potential comebacks that all ended up being fake, unfortunately, but maybe this is where something real happens.
What goes in, and pretty much the indication that they want to go here, but it's a fake. Oh, I like this.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about
3-person fake.
scale up against everybody from Heretics.
And honestly, you know, we
Yeah,
talked a
and
lot
Jonah
about
P's
Leaf
got to
in the
kill
previous half
kind of
and how
both.
He was such a terror on Icebox, dropping crazy amounts of kills on the Outlaw specifically. The value he was able to provide is
Wow, that's
great.
a nice molly.
maybe on this defensive half you can
Okay,
settle in
and there's
a little
been
bit more,
this
but
gap over. Wait, has there even
Heretics
been the
have
gap
just
over
slipped the net
towards
on him
middle? Because
again.
the alarm bot,
All
the
of
turret's
this
been up the
noise
whole
you made,
time.
all this utility A, and they're already
Yeah,
rotating back.
whatever
B.
happened was
Jonah B's
enough
gonna
to
get
pull
pushed off
Jonah
his
B
angle.
off the angle,
Tries
and
to
that is a
spit,
huge
but gets
shot
dropped
in the
exchange.
molly.
Through the vulnerable, now Benji Fishy.
Oh, he's
And
tucking
Benji
too. He's
hears
playing
him.
this so well. He's not
But he
aggressively
knows this
going to
turret's
get
up towards
under
middle,
tunnel.
so he
He's
can't
gonna
go
hold the
early.
line. Here the rotations come through, and then they can fight. Trent will fall. Benji Fishy cleans him up. Again,
Bro,
Heretics was still
it's
every member
impressive,
up.
man. Look how good this team is right now.
It's just so clean.
Finally,
Yeah.
a kill going the way of G2 as Wood falls.
We have a Sage, but we buy no
But he
wall
gets
on
dropped
pistol.
down to 20 HP even with that, and now Pad Attack will take off Leaf from the server, and it's just all left alone to the IGL at G2.
When G2 pistol gods, they were before this game.
Not even able to fully get the heal off. Heretics
2-0
will
on the
get
pistols.
second pistol. They'll get up 11-2.
He
and
used wall on A.
that-
Oh, okay.
I mean, that
That
might be
makes
the map.
sense.
It was the way that Heretics just got that entry onto B through the Viper's pit. Boo, so confident to take that 1v1. And then after Woot gets this kill, that activates Benji Fishy to go for his lurk timing. It's like they're falling like dominoes, and it's all because of the teamwork and chemistry from Heretics.
And I
Well,
think
streamer,
Heretics still
that's
continue
actually
to do a good
true.
job of like catching swing timing, stuff
Yeah.
where you're not really expecting it, right? I think about Woot's peak mid. I think about Boo's swing there.
Yeah.
Because you
And
put a
they,
sweep
yeah, I mean,
down
they
and you
basically
go,
buy
okay,
into
they're not
this
gonna
one,
challenge it. I have
and they
time
don't.
to reposition, but
The defense
fall
force
back
buy
to
is
that
always awful.
G2 forcing up here. 3 stingers.
You have to. You
Yeah.
literally have to. This is it, like you said. I mean, what are you going to play for a tie from 12-2?
No.
Nobody does that.
Knife not going to tag
Did I like this one when he wall day? Nah, I was
Solo
looking at the
already
mini map. I said I
going
like
out.
this one in terms of them doing a 2-3.
Heretics don't have a ton of info on the other side of
2-3
the
and
map,
committing
so
the smoke over towards
you
A.
imagine they're going to want to commit here. And honestly, they've been so successful in their plan A that I can't imagine they deviate from it here.
And I don't think the plant will get delayed either. Shock Molly doesn't hit the mark, so even the utility right now for G2 is just not there.
Just off. And Heretics now.
Who
they can
still
push
has the smoke?
pace.
Not that he wants to use
They
it
can
because
take the fight to
full powers
G2.
on the
It's been
wall.
way they found
This is
success
really
this
committed.
entire map. Can they do it again? Boo, not able to connect. Those singers, they're causing problems. Rien's
Yeah,
one of
wall
his own, but
defuse.
the Bulldog is the one you have to be worried about. Only getting 2. Rien's left alone. G2 on
Okay,
the
nicely
force.
done from
They get
G2 in the
another
end.
round.
Like from
Something
Valen.
about the stinger in these games when you're just down so much and you just don't
Yeah,
care,
I mean,
run and gun, it
they
gets
just
so
fought
much
too
value.
close for the stingers, basically.
Heretics, I think they made a big mistake there, getting aggressive when they had gun advantage. They could have played back. They could have just used the long-range battles.
Yeah, sure.
We saw player back yellow actually get, what, 2 kills from that spot? Had they had just ran the clock down, they would have done a really good job, maybe secured the round even.
Right.
But
They had
have
brought a
such
good
huge
amount into
buffer
this
to
round,
work
but then
with.
I
I'm
think
sure they're not worried. It's a
Boo
throwaway
railed
round.
him in a
Whatever
little
we
bit
got,
and was
he's
just
okay.
like,
You know, nothing to
it
panic about. We still got 2 of our
we're so
timeouts
far
there.
ahead that we don't need to do anything crazy. Make sure you have a full buy next round.
G2 with the gun advantage here.
Whoa, I say as we
I
see
believe
something
it's
pretty
the
crazy.
First time all map they've had a gun
His
advantage.
is an eco though.
Who was like, all right, YOLO.
It's just fully sending.
Yeah, he really sent that. That was insane. Dashed right onto the orb.
Here.
I mean, there was a
Got
KO
dropped
flash with
by
it as
icy,
well,
and now
I think.
freeze
but-
to the round.
The thing you got to be cautious about, though, is yes, I mean, it's a massive lead right now. It would be Herculean for them to pull this off. But I will say this. I want to go back to that grit conversation we were having earlier. What has built G2 up until this point, how they've been molded, how they've been put together, it's honestly in the faces of things like this.
Yeah.
Where you've been destroyed in the first half and everybody's counting you out except for the 5 guys that are on the stage and the coaches behind them. That's where the G2 magic tends to happen. So, I mean, yeah, it's a big lead.
Yeah, pretty nice. I'm a
Flawless rounds
rebuy.
like that,
That's
they're
it.
gonna get confidence together. Eco's gonna
Well.
start to stack. All of a sudden, you've got ults that are starting to come together.
At least
the same
got
time,
at least got money.
maybe.
You have a chance.
You at least got money for
and
it.
even if you don't secure this map win, even if it's a fake comeback,
Right.
just I speak about this a lot. Getting that confidence, getting warmed up going
Yeah.
into your map pick is so important.
It's massive.
Looking like that last
You have to have
Icebox.
something going
It does
for
have
you
a
to
little
go
bit
into-
of the same
go
feelings
into the
because
next
it
map.
is.
I mean, I guess against
Thing is, you got to
T1,
look at these
I mean, they proved
ults,
to come
and
back from a 13-1. It
that's-
didn't really matter,
they're
but
kind of too
it just
strong
feels better
to
as a player
not
to know
get
that,
you 2
okay,
rounds.
I can actually sit these little kids
Yeah.
down. these
So as long as
kids,
they
these
don't overuse their
fraggers,
ults,
dominators
it
of
should be
Heretics
alright.
down,
Yeah.
going into your own map pick. And then make it go to a map 3.
Insta took the
Did he
turret away
recall
though,
the turret?
so
I think he recalled the turret before, and they cleared the nano.
Good timing on that. Should come up shortly then. I'll have it again. Maybe there was a molly that was about to land there on top of it.
Yeah, it was. And
Goes
so they
smoke.
cleared, I mean, they were
Yeah,
able to
knife
clear out
hits,
the
so we
molly
see
as well.
smoke.
But now Leaf has his turret back online.
Flash.
Missed molly. Speaking of mollies, that molly is supposed to land at that other side of yellow.
Yeah.
Either way, it'll force Valen to give that entire area up.
Dude, they knew Wood is there, but
Yeah, they
was
can't
nothing
really punish.
there's nothing to really cause punishment. You're right. So you can
Big
solve
Joel
all
in
you
middle
want.
right
He's
now.
still gonna accelerate a little bit later.
And while all this spam is happening, Leaf was so worried about the lurk from Benji Fishy.
Yeah, and they actually
Benji
took a
Fishy
Joel.
this whole time, he's just been chilling. He's just chilling in spawn.
No real need to accelerate. No real need to push the pace.
Yeah, just waiting for the wall to
Cutting
get
noise
energy, and then
on a
they're
map
going to go
like
for
this
it.
can be
And
so
does Benji
devastating
play
and not
earlier?
KO.
Yeah, with
That
30
KO
seconds.
dagger when it comes back up.
Yeah,
you're able
Benji
get
might
the
have to
info
break the
again.
turret here to create
But when you
pressure,
don't
so
run
there's
it,
not
I
so
mean,
much focus on the
Heretics are
plan.
able to do this and actually explode with their own. But Valen, he's woken up.
He was quiet
Whoa.
in the first half, but
Oh,
Rian
boy.
might just be louder.
Oh my god.
He's taking a lot
That
of
was
damage for it,
insane,
but
bro.
Benji Fishy's gonna have a really nice
They know
late
that
time
Benji's
here
here.
through Kitchen.
Well, kind of. They know that he could be.
And the lurk is now just activating this late into
We got
the
late
round.
Sova ult as
there's
well with
no
those
way you
kills.
expect
Managed to get away from sight. They know that no one could be flanking.
And they've got the Hunter's Fury out from Rian. Boo on the swing is chaos. Causes problems.
Wow, that's impressive that Boo is so confident that he's
Killing
gonna...
a tank.
And a statement
It-
It's just that I ran.
It was kind of sick that
Heretics
Boo
get
is
to
so
that
confident
point.
Reigns is going to get the second tag of the ult there.
I spoke
That
about
he
how
didn't
nice it
swing.
would be to run a KO on the defensive side. To
Most
have
people
that
would swing there when they
cool
see a
down,
guy
come
dodging
back
an
up
ult.
and get the dagger for
Yeah.
the info. This time around, it was Valen.
I mean,
who
even
got
in that
two of those entries,
situation,
but
I wasn't confident.
Another collat. Rians, he was so cold in this round.
That was an insane round, bro.
That's the other tough thing about playing in a
Well,
situation like this is, you know,
8
you've been
chances, and
rolled,
it's
you don't
been,
feel like you can get
it's been
anything
lovely.
going.
We've got
All
a
of sudden, you're starting to
defensive
put something together.
res. That is
Valen's
about
getting
it.
2Ks, and then Rian's just counter punches with something that's even more
Yeah.
impressive. And you go, well, I mean, that's demoralizing. That's frustrating
Yeah.
to be on the other side.
They just strip your belt away from you. It's just like a terrible feeling. Got a feel for G2 right now, but you got to give praise
Knife
to how
hits
Heretics
no
have
one.
played this
Don't have to
map.
do
I mean, the
anything
back and
else. They
forth
insert
battle
one
they
over
had
towards
against
B, back
FPX.
towards A.
This is a big improvement.
I mean, Heretics have played this
Placing swamp grenade.
borderline perfectly.
Yeah. Apart from what, the anti-eco that they
Yeah.
had when they got eco'd?
Okay,
Yeah,
so
they
this is
maybe pushed a
G2
little
looking
bit
at the
too
game
far,
that
but
they
other than
played
that, Heretics have
against
just been insane.
D1 and being like, well,
The timing on their aggression on that
we were
last
missing an
round,
op. We need
using
to have
the
an
KO
op out
dagger
here.
onto sight. Yeah, Valen got
Sherbet
two, but
Peach,
even,
thank you so much
like,
for the
just
17
idea of
months.
it.
Icy's not able to land the shot with the op.
That's a good amount of
Gotta take
pressure,
a
and they
step
know
back.
that they
Now
pushed
they
him
know
back,
the
so now they
opposite
can go
play.
all the way over
they
towards
know where it
B,
is.
and
Incredible finesse from
perfectly
Wu.
dodged it. Wait, and he didn't
I
see
think he
him,
might catch
Trent, on
Trent
the
off guard
peak.
right here. Whoa, the shots don't connect. And Trent, he had to back up for his life.
Wood's still threatening too.
Okay.
dude.
When he hits the spam on the Jonah P through the wall.
Oh
Jonah
my
P
god,
gets
even
hit
that's
in the
nice.
crossfire of a battle that was a 1v1 of Trent and Woot.
Spike planted.
He just showed up.
3 HP. Boo almost gets away.
Yeah,
but will
Valen
fall.
has a
Look at
res
this
though.
late lurk again, all the
The
way
late
from
lurk
A site
through
this
A.
time.
Res goes in, they
Still
got
the op
nothing
in
to
hand.
stop this, but do
Jonah
they
P
consider
joining
late
the fold
lurk?
once more.
Oh,
As
Icy's
Benji Fish
dead.
is going fast with it, trying to capture timing, and again, it's all down to timing.
What an
Striking
insane
the right
flash
time,
from
Valen with
Patsy.
2 massive kills, but now Benji Fish has arrived at the scene. Gets his one. Rians and Benji Fishy both.
Yeah, had to
weak.
kill Wingman.
It's a 1v1.
No
Valen's gonna
bros
hold
just
the
doing it.
defuse. That's perfect.
Benji Fishy makes a statement at the end, killing Icy, and that's that operator gone, but the
Yeah, he
speed
gets
up
ult as well.
from G2 is what was the factor in this round, and that Gecko wingman defusing the bomb.
Yeah.
Good job, little guy. There's no way for Benji Fishy to know that that's on there.
No.
I mean, he knew because his mate spot is, but
That Dizzy did so much work.
It was really good, really well timed.
there's nothing he could do.
Had G2 not jumped the gun a little bit early there, I mean,
Okay,
Benji
7
Fishy
chances
activates, the
for
round's
Heretics.
over, map point, the match is
And
done.
I mean, this should be an easy
Again,
round.
they stick around.
They got ult.
Ooh,
I
the
know,
blades
honestly,
now.
not so much.
two
They need
other
to try to get
ults
these ults out of them
on the
before,
side of
because
Heretics
Killjoy
as
can
well.
just get cancelled
No
by
op
the
this time on
Sova
the
ult.
side of the defense, but Trent with his ult. He's playing
Unless
really
they
well
want to
up here,
jump on
too.
them while they Sova ult. That's a great knife. Stops the drone. Killjoy ult, and is he gonna jump on him if he solo ults?
Tries to take a timing on the rotations from G2, or if he just plays the discipline game.
Yeah, he's gonna accept this one.
Lockdown.
Solo ult stopped the plant.
Yeah, it looked like he was gearing up towards it, but he's playing the discipline game.
Jesus, look at this.
Area that he can tuck into here is Trent getting that ult off. Getting a tag on a little bit. Woot was nowhere to go, but is there any way to punish him? Yeah, he finally falls. Valen and Leaf providing the threats.
What's going on? Prius is working overtime, man. There's 50 joules at the same time.
Been up this entire time, but he's gonna have to close a round out himself. Position given away with the spam. Trent cleans him up.
Yeah, I mean, there was so much going on.
Trent missed the first 200
G2
Furies,
get a big win though, right? Double ult used. Killjoy, Viper, no round.
Down to half HP. Yeah. That opened up Valen to just have the confidence of jumping into that Viper's pit.
They use fish. I mean, they used a lot. They used a lot for it, but
that was everything for G2. Good shit. I can't believe Benji Fishy's sitting at 24 and 6.
6. Yeah, he's tied 6 times.
He has played really freaking good Valorant. All Heretics has, but G2 are starting to
just an eco.
Put together a little
basically got a hero gun.
These 6 together for what feels like the last couple of rounds, and now we're starting to see smoke.
It makes sense that Benji gets the hero gun, considering he's.
But is it going to be enough to put together a fully fledged fire?
Wasn't enough to get that kill onto Woot, but he did get him down to 17 HP. So that is a little bit of an advantage for G2 going into this round.
Honestly, they have a huge advantage here. It's just one rifle.
With the guns, for sure.
Yeah.
Drone got immense value here. Saw at least two players. Shock doesn't connect onto Woot. Barely survives.
I think this is all for Boo to find a little bit of space on the other side of the map.
I mean, he's going to find a lot of space.
Jonah P waiting close by. He knows that as the wall goes up, there's the threat.
Oh, he was ready.
Yeah, now he spotted him.
Good call.
Boo down to 20. The wall goes up. He knows. He's trying to get out behind it. But that might have been enough.
Yeah. Created a good amount of pressure. The wall's about to go down, and they want to head over towards A.
Still 3 players.
Yeah, this is nice from G2, though. They didn't over-rotate. Knife hits 3 as well.
And a flash. Valen having to tuck. Leaf getting one with that outlaw, excuse me. Oh, no. He had nowhere to go.
The problem is this Killjoy ult
a little messy there.
is too good. Yeah, they got to respect it. The Killjoy ult just wins them it. They now got to rush onto the site and plant insta. They can't even do that.
No nanos. Who's gonna get tagged?
Oh, that Killjoy ult was incredible timing. It was so good.
Them the round. They just don't have to frag it out. It's perfect.
This guy is still
Damn,
going.
bro. They just got close, though, for an eco. They get a lot of guns.
And their economy will be set up for the next couple of rounds because of that.
And G2's is not.
Yeah, they've been winning these rounds, but it's been.
It's just a
really
lovely Killjoy ult.
They drop what, 2
and I think
at the end of that
some
round?
kind of call came in to go fast there.
Honestly, kind of worried about that early Killjoy ult, but it ended up working in their favor because of how Valen got
Icebox
stuck on
stomps in a row. It's a little bit similar to the first one, like a dominant half into a double pistol.
Basically opened up the opportunity to have a.
And then it looks like it could have been a close game if one of them got a pistol each.
That was a Killjoy ult invested though from the side of G2, and that could open up Team Heretics to get some of their ultimates online potentially in these future rounds and close this one out. That's why you see this timeout. They're talking it over. It's not quite in that worrying range that we were talking about for G2, but in this case for Heretics, it's starting to build up there.
Yeah, and I think for G2, it's an opportunity for Josh to talk to his troops.
Yeah.
He hasn't been able to talk to them since, what, round 9?
That's a very solid point.
So the timeout, again, and yes, halftime as well, but an opportunity for him to adjust things with the way the half has gone. And it's been so successful for G2, you wonder what kind of adjustments he had to offer there. I imagine it's just little things here and there, because they've done super well up until this point.
It's been a way better defensive side for G2.
And again, that's where they were so successful in Americas.
Yeah, the floods onto the A site, like we saw in this round. But the timing
the
is
Owl's
still a
only
little
good
bit
for
off
2 people. 2 people, 1 shot. Fatty gets an orb. Maybe he wanted over towards A here. He gets his orb.
Usually it's a little bit more cleaned up.
I like this from G2. They go real aggro.
It was the right timing. I mean, a lot of players on site were hit by the knife.
Got delay over towards A.
And it's working.
Aggro push over towards B, and they're going to push all the way through, especially with this info here. They saw the Viper and the Killjoy, the two people that like to lurk.
He's gotten backside. No real ult on the side of G2 here. Nothing to flush them out, so they would just
The
have
hard
to frag
retake.
their
They
way
have
through.
wall though, but the problem is that the wall's
shot.
behind,
He
so the
missed
wall
it.
goes
Completely
during the
mark.
rest of the team, and maybe one person will stay
I think
behind.
that's happened with a lot of utility we've seen so far from G2.
Now the only ult that was on the board
Woot's in a really strong
has been
spot.
triggered. Patatek's ult. Gonna slow things down for a little bit. Any
Shot,
attempt at
man.
G2 not having ults, not having utility now. They're gonna have to wait it out a little bit longer as Valen has fallen. Is this as far as they get? A big kill from Trent though. As Woot holds the line, tapping, waiting for the dare.
Oh,
waiting
he
for
got
the dash,
out.
and it comes
Oh,
out.
shot.
He pens him through the wall.
A lot riding on Jonah P right now, but he doesn't check Nest.
And there just wasn't
Damn,
enough
okay, nicely
time
done from
either.
Boo. Got 2 on site. Woot did incredible to hit both those kills.
Heretics slammed the door on
Yeah,
him.
they took so
13-7
much
as
space on
Icebox
the
goes
site
their
where they
way.
let him have it.
We'll see if Ascent